This is one of the weirder videos I've ever made, and I want to preface it by saying that we don't have 100% proof that what I'm going to tell you is for sure true. We have at least enough suspicion to believe it to be somewhat accurate. The quick headline summary is that it looks like if you have Logitech GHUB installed, you might get falsely banned for cheating in Siege. And if you want the full breakdown, full details, that's going to be throughout this video where I review people's accounts, but I'll give you some of the quick headlines here. So to start, I put out a Twitter post because I've heard a lot of people in the community saying that they've been falsely banned for cheating, even though they've never cheated before. They always claim that. So I asked a lot of them to submit their usernames, and then I reviewed all of their accounts. So I went through their match history, their stats, people they played with, stuff like that. And I want to see if there was ever anything that would spring out as to why they would get banned, whether they had like a huge spike in stats, maybe they played with a cheater a lot, stuff like that. But then towards the end of the session, we found a weird group of people. And it all started with this one account, which I'm going to show some stats here. They didn't really have anything suspicious. They had a 0.8 KD across 2 seasons. They had a normal headshot rating, normal kills. Even their recent match history wasn't anything to write home about, and yet they got permanently banned. But this was one of the few people where they actually submitted extra proof of something weird happening, and they had a pop-up on their screen that said BattleEye disallowed program number 28. And if you quickly Google that, there's some Reddit threads where people have talked about in the Siege community that they kept getting this pop-up over and over and over again, and it would kick them out of the game, and the only way they could get the pop-up to stop was if they disabled Logitech GHUB or uninstalled it altogether. So then I asked the person who submitted it, and they said they also had Logitech GHUB installed. And then we started finding more people who claimed they were falsely banned, and I kept asking them if they had Logitech GHUB, and a lot of them did. So overall, we seem to have gone a trend of people who are just getting banned only because they had a program installed. And you might be wondering, first off, what even is Logitech GHUB? And second off, why would it get them banned? So Logitech GHUB is basically a software where you can download drivers, lighting changes, and then also macros. I don't know exactly how it works because I don't have any Logitech peripherals, but I think it's essentially like a community marketplace where people can upload, lighting patterns, macros, stuff they do, and then anyone can download them. And recently they've been kind of in some hot water because there's been a lot of uploads of macros for Siege. And I think for FPSs in general. So people with Logitech mice are just downloading these macros and having zero recoil. Obviously Ubisoft knows about this and they're actively trying to combat it. And it seems like this might be why people are getting banned, because maybe for some reason their account's getting flagged as having the software, even though they're not using macros, and then they're getting banned even though they didn't do anything wrong. Allegedly. Again, at the end of the day, people are always going to claim they did nothing wrong. We have no way to 100% confirm that these people weren't cheating, but based off stats, we have reason to believe they're telling the truth. And I do want to add in, I did reach out to Ubisoft to ask them if they could give me some information about this, specifically what is the program that's not allowed number 28. And unfortunately, I haven't heard anything back. I've gotten a little bit of information, but nothing definitive that I can really tell you what it is. I did, however, reach out directly to one of the former anti-cheat devs who was working on Siege, and he gave me just a little bit of information. It was at least just like an educated guess to say that he doesn't think that GHUB would be triggering BattleEye bans, but he said that it could be possible that there could be some new update to GHUB or some new settings that might have changed that could trigger an automatic ban. Now, luckily, he did forward all this information off to the anti-cheat team just to double check, and they did say that if there was any false bans that they would, look through it and they would unban people. But that's the closest we have to any official type of information. So he doesn't believe it should be causing it, but with constant updates, it's possible something could be getting flagged that shouldn't be. So to wrap up this summary before I show you guys just the full video of me reviewing accounts, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not saying that you should just immediately delete Logitech, get rid of your Logitech peripherals or anything. I think you should just be wary. Personally, because I don't think you need Logitech GHUB to play, I just wouldn't run it while you're playing Siege in the meantime, because it just doesn't seem worth it. Because all these accounts that I reviewed that claim they had Logitech GHUB and got banned are all permanent bans, and as far as we know, unless Ubisoft definitively can prove that it was a false ban, they will never unban you. So I don't think taking a permaban for a game that I assume you guys all enjoy and want to play is worth just to have a program running in the background. That's it for the summary and the highlights. I'm now going to show you guys the full session where we reviewed accounts, and you'll kind of see what we learned and how we learned it in real time. And if it piques your interest, you'll also see that I reviewed a lot of accounts where people claim they weren't cheating, and I'm fairly certain they were. So there were some real bans, but then there were a lot of possible false bans. Enjoy. I'm not entirely sure how to approach this reasonably, but Here's essentially what I want to do, in case you guys are unaware of what I'm doing today, because there's been a huge uptick in people who have all said, I am just like a gold player and I got banned for no reason. What happened? I'm going to review some of these accounts and see if any of them are slightly suspicious enough to validate saying a ban was right or not. Now, I have to reiterate this because I had a lot of people asking when I was going to unban them. I have no power. I cannot unban people, okay? If you have been banned, there is nothing I can do. If you've been banned, you're just going to stay banned. Maybe if Ubisoft watches the video, they could choose to unban people, but I can't do anything. I don't have any powers. So I'm just looking to see, like, oh, you know, let's find out if this person went from like a copper to a champ. And if so, they're probably cheating. All right, we're going to start with Cups WGA, who got permanently banned on May 27th, 2025. They once peaked at top 19 champs in Twin Shells. Okay. When they got banned, they were on a win streak. Nothing crazy. They had only won 4 games that day. 2 of them with negative KDs, 2 of them with positive KDs. Let's look at overall stats. Does it show headshot here? It doesn't. Everything's been wiped. Let's look at sessions. All right, 56% headshot rating, 60% headshot rating, 63% headshot rating, 46% headshot rating, 48% headshot rating. So headshot rating is not the thing getting them flagged. Let's see their encounters. Have they played with... Oh. They played with someone else who got banned. Don't know if this was also a cheater or not. Let's find out. Oh. Players currently banned. But they are still playing? They played today. If I had to guess, that's probably why this person got banned, but now they're unbanned. The win rate is pretty suspicious. 91.3 is very high, but a stack of champs should be able to pull that off if they are really, really good. I can't even see what this person's win percentage was because it doesn't show. This is probably why they got banned. I don't know for sure. I've been pitching this for a while, so it's possible Ubisoft could have finally been implementing it. But I've been saying for a while that Ubisoft should be banning people who play with cheaters a lot. So it says they were encountered 66 times, which I don't think means anything, but they played 172 matches together. If you're playing 172 matches with someone who apparently gets banned, I would assume that's why they got banned. I don't know if, like, why this person got banned and then unbanned. Normally, if they got banned, it would show on their history here, but it doesn't show anything. But that's my guess. I think they got banned because they played with someone who got banned. I don't know why this person would get unbanned and then they wouldn't. Doesn't really make sense to me, but that's my guess. Okay, this person submitted 2 names that are both just operator names, Callie and Warden, who have both been banned for cheating. This person had a 3 KD in 25 matches, playing against what looks like diamond lobbies. Yeah. I'm going to guess that if you have an account with a very plain name with a 3 KD in diamond plus lobbies, you're probably cheating. I don't think that was an accidental ban. They're also just like popping off in most of their games. And the other name was just Warden. The other possibility, which I'm sure this person is not going to like hearing, even if they didn't get banned for cheating, they probably got banned because the account, the name. Callie and Warden are very simple names that were obviously taken beforehand, and they probably bought these accounts or bought the names from someone else. Purchasing names and purchasing accounts are both against terms of service, and your account will get banned. So if you get caught buying a name or an account, can't be surprised when you get banned. Okay, this person, Sean with a 7, got banned on the same day as the first person we reviewed. They went from consistently plat player to suddenly diamond and champ. That seems like quite a jump. In the tweet response, they said probably for cheater association, which means that, yeah, they were playing with or actually, these two maybe not, but they did play with one person who was cheating and got perma-banned only a week prior. And they were like blatantly cheating from what I can tell. 72 matches with a 2.66 KD. Yeah. So you weren't wrongfully banned. You were banned for playing with a cheater. Hopefully. Hopefully they started doing that. Because I hate when people play with cheaters and then don't get banned. This one is Slash, I think was in chat earlier as well. Also got banned on May 27th, so they clearly had a massive ban wave. Let's see. Stats. Account came out of nowhere, started an Emerald, went right into Champ. I'd say that's already suspicious enough for them to probably flag that. Not saying that that means cheating, obviously, but just suspicious that you're immediately in Champ. I would guess probably an alt account. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if we'll count these. 8 or 9 played with cheaters. Possible that all these people could have also been falsely banned, but actually this one seems more interesting. Banned 2 days prior, level 69. Gold with only a 1 KD. Those seem like very low stats. Well, this person also was gold with a low KD and banned for cheating on May 29th. Okay. And this person was plat. So wait, May 25th, May 27th, May 28th, and May 29th. 4 of them got banned. I will say, I thought I had a gotcha moment with so many cheaters, but none of these people have crazy high stats. What about this person called Zim? Well, I think I found the cause. A 2 KD diamond. Okay, Voxy seems to be the cause. Voxy was popping off with flawless games every single time. Oh, Voxy was cheating. Bro, Voxy's clearly cheating. It's clear as day. Bro, 95% headshot rating. 100% headshot rating for 33 kills. Yeah, no wonder you guys all got banned. You had a booster. His stats weren't high because he probably has a really old account. Let me see. Oh, it bugged out. Actually, I still don't understand why his KD is so low. Let me guess. Actually, at the beginning of the season, he probably just, like, did nothing to lower his KD like crazy. Not really. I still don't understand why his KD seems so low, because his KD every single day. Actually, here, he played a lot and went 0 in most matches. But he's definitely cheating. 100% headshot rating. 91 on a whole day. 94 or 95 on a whole day. He's cheating, bro. Voxy's 100% cheating, so he probably got banned. Yeah, he got banned first. May 25th, he got banned first, which then triggered bans for everyone else because you guys probably all were caught with association. So, not falsely banned. You guys were all playing with a very blatant cheater. And then this guy looks like he also was just paying for a boost because his stats... Actually, I mean, he has a 2 KD in Diamond, even though he barely did anything in the past few sessions from what I can see. Like 0 KD on a whole day, 1.4 negative KD, but very high headshot rating. Again, 56 kills, 95% headshot rating. Just to look at like a pro. I assume this is actual Spoy, right? 9,000 hours in the game, champ. So a pro, one of the best pros in the world, in ranked headshot rating. 80%, but that's only 4 games. 57%, 66%. This would probably be the biggest indicator. On a whole day where he played 14 games, he had a 70% headshot rating. Meanwhile, the one guy had 100%, 95%. Yeah, that guy was blatantly cheating. If you don't want to get banned, maybe don't play with cheaters. There's another one. We have Lover. This was from April 17th. Went from an Emerald to a Champ, but previously was Champ a few times with a couple hundred matches. A 1.85 KD in New Blood. I don't know how many of you guys would know about New Blood. New Blood was the season with the recruits. That was the most cheaters there have ever been, like, more than now. It's insane how many cheaters there were on New Blood. So to have an almost 2 KD that season in Champ seems very unlikely, but not impossible. Just very unlikely. This person didn't play with any banned people, so I'm kind of confused as to what would have caused that. I'll check one thing. I can't say exactly, but from what I can tell, they were not banned by a creator. The only thing I could think of that could have caused this is the KD on the day. 2.62. Previous day was a 3 KD, a 2 KD. Actually, no, that's one match. A 1.08. So, and a 1.83. I know his account overall has a high KD, but it's possible that the system could be like, man, their KD is like spiking a lot, and just ban them off of that. A quick stat ban. I'll say this is the first one that I've seen so far where I'm like, kind of iffy. Again, I think having a 2 KD, almost 2 KD in the most cheater-filled season seems very, very, very unlikely. Not impossible, but just very, very unlikely. Because that at that time, I think that was like the least amount of ranked I ever played in recent seasons. I might have played a lot at the beginning, but then stopped. Yeah, look. Every season I was getting like Emerald and Diamond. New Blood, I only went to Gold because I was like, it's impossible. Like, it's all cheaters. So I stopped playing. So again, getting a very, like, your highest KD ever in a cheater-filled season seems very, very unlikely. RIP Mr. Meat 6000 banned in 2023. Let me just look at the seasonal stats. So, played in year 6 a decent amount, got to Platinum, took a break in Vector Glare, barely played in Solar Raid, and then came back in Commanding Force and got banned. With a higher KD than usual, a 1.78. It actually holds, oh my god, bro. It's holding the stats from 2 years ago, these lobbies. High kills and high headshot ratings for some days. No more matches available. So not much to go off of, unfortunately. Encounters, no data because it's too old. Yeah, I can't really say I have a whole lot on this other than coming back with a higher KD than ever, but in less matches seems sus, but yeah, not enough info. Account is unfortunately too old. We can't see any encounters. We can't see many matches. This person submitted 2. It's Unkind Kitty 62 as well as Mean Kitten 61. This one does not seem to have been banned because it doesn't have a ban on the account. So, don't know why they said it was banned. But Unkind Kitten 62 did get banned for cheating on March 17th, 2025. They went from, in ranked 1.0, they were a silver with a negative KD, to suddenly being an emerald with a positive KD. It feels weird to say like this is suspicious, but then they get banned almost a year later. But to go from like consistently stuck in bronze and silver to suddenly emerald seems unlikely. Also, this is suspicious. So a lot of people who pay for a boost will get a max rank of like emerald, diamond, champ, or whatever, but then their latest rank will be much lower. This is, I guess it's only like 5 or 6 ranks lower. But what are the odds that you make it to emerald and then you lose so many matches in a row you make it to gold? Generally, that comes from an account getting banned and then your rollback takes you way back down. If we look at their encounters, they have nothing, unfortunately. High headshot rating, but KD was low. Matches were low. Normal headshot ratings, so nothing suspicious stat-wise. What season was it? I don't know if I can scroll back far enough to actually see if they got rollback. Oh, it was in New Blood, so that was in the cheater season. So New Blood, he finished gold. He lost a lot more matches than he won. 2 and 4, 0 and 3, 1 and 0, 2 and 3, 4 and 3, 1 and 2, 0 and 1, 0 1, 1 2. Oh, a huge win streak to say. 14 wins, 4 losses. But the stats do seem a little odd. I feel like they were boosted. That's my guess. Okay, this person, this next one, apparently got banned twice already and keeps getting reset, but they're back now. So they're not currently banned, seeing as how they just played today. But they said they got banned twice and then unbanned twice. So he got banned, lost a lot of elo, and then the next day he was playing again. So unless he got unbanned right away, that seems very odd to go from banned to immediately playing again. and then got banned again on the 30th and didn't play until CJAX. They did play with one person who got banned, 2 people who got banned, 3 people. Oh, I recognize that name. 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this the person? Is this Cup's other account that also got banned? This is the first person we reviewed, I think. Cups WGA. And now it's Cups.banned, who also got banned. I think getting false banned once is one thing, but getting false banned twice is another. I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I honestly, I don't know what happened with this account. It really confuses me that their PlayStation account got banned, but their Windows or like PC account didn't get banned. If you're playing in Top Champ and you beat anyone, whether you're cheating or not, you're probably going to get reported. So wouldn't surprise me if he got banned from just a sheer amount of reports. Especially at the end of last season, right before CJAX, I think there was a pretty big spike in cheating already. So wouldn't surprise me even more if people were like, yeah, no, this guy's cheating. He just keeps pre-firing me. And when you look at the account history, like, it does seem, I can understand why someone would consider this very suspicious. He played on console in year 2, and then went to PC in year 9, immediate champ. If I looked at these stats, if I played against someone with these stats and they beat me, I would probably report them for cheating too. All right, we have Levi with 2 hyphens and a dot who got banned for cheating at the end of last season, May 31st. But it's hard to tell how much they actually played with them because when they get banned, it removes their times played together. I don't know how often they were playing together. I feel like if you have that many people in your encounters that are all banned, I feel like you got to be at least a little bit suspicious. Just to play devil's advocate here and find out. Let's look at my encounters. Not a single person banned on there. And I've played against people who have been cheating. So I feel like if you have this many bans, it must be for a reason. I can even look at someone else like Evan, who's played more rank than me. Or even I can look at crosses as well, his encounters. No one. Not a single ban. I'll look at crosses as well. One. Way down here. So when you have people like this many people on your friends list, or in your encounters rather, because I know it can show opponents as well, but the fact that like Cross has played a lot of ranked games, he's in Diamond, and only one opponent pops up as banned on the list, I feel like this means that you probably were playing with these people a decent amount, and they're probably cheating. So probably got banned for association with cheaters. Okay, this person, I can already tell why they got banned. They got banned on March 7th. They're level 53. They have a 2.23 KD in their first 12 matches. They 100% got banned because they probably got stat banned for being such a low level with high kills. Seems odd. Headshot ratings, nothing crazy. It's around 50, which is about what you'd expect. They played a total of 12 matches, 11 wins in a row. On their first loss, they got banned. So it's probably a somewhat high-ranked lobby, and they're surprised that he has such a high KD. But obviously, multiple things right off the bat. Purchase the name. Minutes, definitely a name that's normally taken. They probably purchased it from an account seller on a new account again, level 53, and then got banned for probably the name, the stats, and it's an alt account. All 3 of those things are bannable. Buying an account is bannable. Buying a username is also bannable. A Smurf account is bannable, and having high stats on a low account is bannable. A 2.23 KD in Emerald lobbies is suspicious. Okay, this person, no history, immediately Emerald and Champ. Banned as a plat. All right, another account that got banned that has Blackbeard as their main. What is my main? I think it's still Oryx. It's Jackal. Okay, this account got banned on January 16th. high KD when they came back after 30 matches. Their average KD was about 1, and then suddenly skyrocketed to 2 KD. I'm going to guess that's why they got banned. They dropped 22 kills in their final game. You know, everyone can pop off. 22 kills is very high for what looked like a diamond and emerald lobby with possibly just 2 golds in it. I would guess that's probably why. They probably got reported by the enemy team for dropping 22 kills against them. I don't know if 5 matches is enough of a sample size, but yeah, so they went 14-3, 12-2, 10-6, 4-4, and then 22-3. I feel like they just looked at your the stats for this day and they were like, you got a lot of kills, and they probably just banned off that, especially when normal KDs for most of his days are like a 1.4. This one's also high at 2.76, 19-5. Yeah, my guess is just very high KD on your final day, as well as very, very high KD on your final match. Probably just got reported for high KDs, and enough reports happened that you got banned. Can't look at their encounters, so don't even know if they were queuing with any cheaters or anything. Okay, we got Sogand, another Blackbeard man. This person got banned. They barely played. Low headshot rating. Why the fuck does this person get banned? This seems odd. Neon Dawn is when they redid rank 2.0. Or no. Solar Raid was rank 2.0. Never mind. That is still odd, though, to get Diamond in Neon Dawn and then struggle to get out of Gold for the next few seasons. But that's on console. Now I'm even more confused. They got banned in May, but they haven't played since March 28th. How do you get banned when you're not even playing the game? I want to say that the account got stolen and then was used to cheat, but they would have had some recent matches played, and they don't. And on PlayStation, they haven't played since last year. What I'm learning from looking at all these bans, though, a lot of these bans happened at the end of May. Ubisoft might have had a shit ton of accounts just flagged as oh, you know, just be wary of this account. And then at the end of May, they must have pushed out a huge ban wave. And a lot of these accounts that might not have been needed to be banned got banned. We'll look at Zoe's because I see the response. And the information you provided is actually useful. Your account does not exist. Oh, it's in a reply to the tweet. That's why I don't see it. So your account got banned 2 days ago for cheating with a negative KD. Sorry, shouldn't have laughed. So negative KD each season except for year 7. And in your original tweet, you said, BattleEye is detecting something as unallowed program 28. All right, let's go through a few things that you could possibly have. Do you have LOGITECH GHUB? Because I know a lot of people use LOGITECH mice, and I know LOGITECH GHUB is one of the things that they are trying to combat because you can get scripts on LOGITECH GHUB and then have no recoil. So I think they're banning people for having that program installed. We talked about this yesterday. There's no proof of it, but we've had a lot of people say that. Yes, you do. So it's very likely, and by very likely I mean it's just my guess, you probably got banned for having LOGITECH GHUB. This could also be why a lot of other people that we saw that might not have had crazy suspicious stats might be getting banned, is because they might be having these programs on there. And it's kind of a shitty situation because it's they can't just ignore the people using these programs and cheating on them. They have to do something about it. But a lot of people use these programs and don't cheat. Can you do in the Razer apps too? Yes, I think we were talking about it and we went through a few of the programs. I think Razer also has their own hub or their own app that you can do that with. And I think that when we were asking people, they also had Razer products. So it wouldn't surprise me that if you have the Logitech mice or Razer mice, you might be getting banned if you have that software installed. Because if they're trying to combat scripts, and if that is a leading provider for scripts, that's probably what they're going to tackle. Again, this is all just my own personal thoughts. I don't know how Ubisoft combats this, but my guess would be if you've downloaded anything using these hubs to modify any of your peripherals, whether it's a mouse or even in this case, apparently a racing sim wheel, they would just detect, hey, they downloaded something using this hub. We don't know what it is, but it could be a script. You could also download like a lighting pattern. You could download like a certain configuration, something like that. But I don't think that they would be able to tell what that is. So you probably would get banned for that, just for them being like, you have something, we don't know what it is, but you have something. I can't imagine they would just ban solely off that, but it has happened. I know chat's freaking out about it, but they also recently did this, I think it was in Counter-Strike, where they straight up said, if you're running this mouse software, you will be banned. Because they said a lot of people, like I think even in Pro League, they were using scripts for that. So it's a big issue right now. Mouse scripts are a very, very big issue. And I don't think there's many ways for them to combat it. But I think their best bet is to just ban if they detect it. So we only have one other person in chat who says that they've been banned and used GHUB, and it's Connor. Connor, what is your in-game username? Okay, so apparently Connor's account, who also got banned and claims he has GHUB, is papa.warden. Immediate diamond is a little bit of a red flag, but are you a console player before? Or are you a console player now on PC? That would be an even better question. No. Negative win rate every season since diamond makes me feel like it's probably more of a legit account. Not doing anything crazy in these matches. 50 to 60% headshot rating seems to be about the norm from what we've seen for normal accounts. Since you also got banned and you have GHUB, I'm gonna say that we're starting to see a bit of a trend. I was also false banned and have GHUB. Knockout, what is your username? Account seems fine. Gold, plat, emerald, diamond. Natural progression, nothing too crazy. Definitely stopped playing a little bit around New Blood and Twin Shells, which makes sense with a lot of cheaters around then. No cheaters in your history or encounters. Banned a little over a week ago, or a month ago, sorry. And your matches weren't suspicious from a quick look? Yeah, I'm gonna guess also GHUB. And then we have another person who claims they were also banned and used GHUB. Your account does not look like it's been banned. We also have a 6 KD in 17 matches with a nearly 100% headshot rating. To summarize, the people probably got banned for having GHUB because of, I assume, people like this who also use GHUB but use scripts. Because there's no way you have 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, and then like a 6 KD. You're definitely cheating. So this person is cheating with GHUB, and then you guys aren't, but like this is the type of player that they're trying to look out for. I use GHUB to change my sense only, nothing else. My UB is that. Did you get banned? Let's find out. You haven't been banned. Oh no, you did get banned. So we have another GHUB user who got banned. Okay. This person got banned. High headshot rating that one day, but otherwise pretty normal. It actually goes down when we look at more matches, yeah. Headshot rating is fine. Let's see your encounters. Only 1, 2 cheaters, but this one's probably just an opponent. So only 2 people you played with that were cheating, and 1 person got banned after. So that's probably not why you got banned. Your stats seem fine. Your history seems fine. Consistent champ for a while with fairly consistent stats, like 1.2 KD across the board. So yeah, I would guess that you probably also got banned for GHUB. Hoxton overkill. Okay. And then we have 2 other people who said they might have also. Once we're done with this one, we'll look at the next one. I think I found my video though. You might get banned if you use Logitech GHUB. You were a gold, went into a plat, which went into a diamond. You stopped playing for a bit. You came back, you got champ, and then got banned at the end. And in May as well, another May ban. One of your friends, a couple of your friends, seem to have all been banned as well. Only 3 people on your list that were banned. I assume this was one of your friends who also got banned the day after, it looks like. 90% headshot rating with a 3 KD in one day. 2 KD, only 71% headshot rating. Trying to get a little suspicious of your one friend's stats, not gonna lie. 75%, 63%. So most sessions had a slightly low headshot rating and kill death ratio. And then on the last day before they got banned, had a 3.14 KD and a 91% headshot rating. 100% headshots in 11 kills, 100% headshots in 7 kills, 78% or 77% in 13 kills, and almost 90% in 9 kills. I'm going to guess your friend got banned for high headshot rating and high KD. It is just one day, but a giant fluctuation in stats like that. And it's like this day, it was only like slightly higher. Not as high as this, still high overall, but slightly higher. And then everything before that's like fairly normal. There's two possibilities. Your friend popped off and started doing really, really well, and then they got flagged for cheating because of that, or they possibly downloaded some cheats and got banned, and then you got banned as a result as well. There's also obviously the possibility of the GHUB thing. We're still not 100% on that, but I feel like it's just not worth running since we seem to be finding somewhat of a consistent trend between people. But I would guess it was probably this guy's account. I mean, again, people can have good days. These KDs are a little sus hawks, so I'm not going to lie. 2.6, 2.1. A 3 KD. I mean, that's only 5 matches, but your friend also had a 3 KD across 5 matches. 2.5 KD. Hoxton. Why am I looking at your old stats and you're going from like a 0.6, 0.7 to a 2 plus each day? I'm starting to think it might not have been a wrongful ban. Based off your stats, this doesn't look so innocent anymore. You can claim that you're innocent, and to a degree I can still believe you. Just because your KD is high, but your headshot rating is not crazy high. But I could 100% see Ubisoft looking at your account being like, wow, you have a 0.6 KD, 0.7 KD most days, and suddenly you're 2 days in a row with a 2 plus KD. I can see them just stop banning you for that. People who say they got banned for GHUB probably did cheat, but just say they didn't. Normally I would agree with you, but again, if we look at, it was Zoe in chat, I don't think anyone can look at these stats and be like, yeah, clearly they were cheating. Like, negative KD each season, low headshot rating for most days, 39%, 28%, like, none of that looks suspicious. No encounters with cheaters. And Zoe even said in the original tweet, which I don't know how to verify this other than that's what they just said. BattleEye kept saying, oh, unallowed program 28. If I quickly look up BattleEye disallowed program 28, which is the supposed error that Zoe got, it's a program that it could consider a potential cheat or conflict with its anti-cheat system, which could include virtual machines, but also just other software. And I would assume that GHUB might get flagged as that. Since yesterday, I've been getting the same error over and over. I tried a few things and found the game works fine, doesn't kick me out of matches when I close everything. More specifically, the problem goes away when I completely close Logitech GHUB or any other Logitech app, and I can play normally again. So it does seem to have something to do with Logitech software. Again, we're not trying to fear-monger it or anything, but you can only say it's a coincidence when it's like once or twice. When we have multitudes of people saying they're having the same issue, it seems like there's a consistency there. The error looks like you have been kicked out of the game by BattleEye. Reason disallowed program number 28. I think that's going to be it for the video, or for reviewing people. I think out of everyone we looked at, there were like, once we got into the Logitech stuff, there were a lot more innocent people, but the others, I was like, I think there were 3 people total that I'm like, yeah, these people probably shouldn't have been banned. But most of the other people, I can understand why. I think there's a domino effect. I think if you play with someone who gets banned, you are very likely to get banned right after. I think there is a very strict threshold on how much your stats can increase. And if they increase by too much, whether it's headshot rating, kill death, or wins, they can probably ban you for that too. Because they're like, how did you go from being a 0.6 KD champ to like a 3 KD champ with a 99% win rate? The last thing I'll say before we end the stream and this video is that I know a lot of people have told me that they've reached out to Ubisoft support and they have not heard anything back. While I can't comment specifically on why that is and why Ubisoft support is being so bad, one thing I can tell you is a little personal thing, or like personal experience. I opened the ticket with Ubisoft support a year ago for like a code that wasn't working. I was just like, hey, I sent it into the support. I was like, can you check if this code has been used? Because I want to use it, but it's not working. And then they responded pretty quickly, and they were like, oh, the code seems to have already been used. I was like, cool, we're good. And then yesterday I got an email that they had responded to my ticket again. I'm like, this ticket is a year old. It's like a year and a half old, and they only just responded to it again. I don't know what's happening at Ubisoft support, but they're clearly very backlogged or behind or all over the place, because I don't know why they're responding to a ticket that was closed over a year ago. And then they responded with some like very blank, or not blank, like template answer where it just said, here's a possibility of things that could have happened. I'm like, bro, I already talked to you. I don't need to do this. So I think if you are getting banned or having any issues, just good luck with support. I don't think the support team's doing too well right now. So, and I know a lot of people have told me that they either are getting like their tickets closed, or they get a response that's just very generic, or they get no response and then ticket closed. I know that's a very big thing that's happening right now. I wish I could tell you guys anything about how to fix that or get a better answer, but I unfortunately cannot. And I do wish I could help more people in terms of, you know, figuring out why they got banned and maybe helping people get unbanned, but I have no power. The only thing I'll do is I'll send off to Ubisoft that disallowed program thing and see if they have an answer for that, and I'll include it in the video, okay? But that's it for the account reviews.